Hello and welcome to Optics Trade's YouTube channel. This is yet another review. We have Trijicon SRO, an open compact reflex red dot sight here today, and we're going to open this box and take a look at its features. First, a few words about the company. Trijicon is an American optics manufacturing company with headquarters in Michigan, and they were founded in 1981. They're famous for producing rifle scopes and dot sights, but their offer also includes iron sights, thermal devices, and other products associated with optics. They're most known for their legendary battery-free ACOG telescopic sight, a battle-proven, robust optical device. And the first part of the company name, so Trigi, stems from the element tritium, which they used in many of their devices as a source of illumination, and it is one of the things that they're mostly known for. So let's open the box. Here it is. So this is the Trijicon SRO, which stands for Specialized Reflex Optic. And Trijicon markets this sight as a perfect choice for pistol users. One thing that I immediately noticed when I first held it in my hand is that it has a huge window, which measures around 25 millimeters in diameter. And it's thus one of the biggest windows in the category of compact open reflex red dot sights. Its specialty is the circular shape, which isn't as common in this category. Rectangular shapes are more common. As such, it provides a wide, unobstructed field of view, and the frame around the lens, as you can see, is not the thinnest, but then again, Trijicon doesn't want to sacrifice robustness in any way possible. If we say a few words about the dimensions, so it is around 55 millimeters long and around 32 millimeters wide and 34 millimeters high. It weighs 45 grams without a battery inserted. So still in the very compact category, even though it's one of the most robust red dot sights on the market. This is really as robust as it gets. It is extremely durable. It can withstand the recoil of even the strongest calibers. And when it comes to Trijicon, fragility is definitely out of the question. The durability of their products is almost legendary, and you can expose this sight to all sorts of harsh treatment in extreme weather conditions, and it will still work. It is forged from a single piece of 7075 T6 aircraft grade aluminum and waterproof up to 3 meters of depth. You can see that there is a hole on its side here, and this is basically a drain hole. We have two drain holes, one on each side, and in case you get caught in the rain, the water won't end up in between the diode and the lens. It will pour out on the sides, and you will still see the projection of the reticle. As I said, it is a great choice for pistol users, and you can use it in all kinds of competitive shooting, but there are 3 versions, and you will have to consider which one is the best for you based on what the type of the shooting that you prefer. So the 3 models basically differ in the dot size. We have a model with 1 MOA dot size, a model with 5 MOA dot size, and a model with 2.5 MOA dot size, such as this one. So it's written here, so the size of the dot. These are the 3 models. Now we quickly go through each of the model. If we start with 1 MOA, I would say that it's mostly used on a rifle, maybe for precision shooting with a pistol, but I myself, do not like dots this small because it's not really great for quick target acquisition, and that is what you need basically on a pistol. So I would say that 1 MOA is mostly used on rifles where increased accuracy with a dot is needed. Then if we go to the 5 MOA model, I think that one is really great for target acquisition, where you don't need ultimate accuracy, but it provides you with really fast target acquisition. So for IPSC, I think it's a great, really suitable red dot sight. 5 MOA model doesn't really work great on rifles, so I think it's really pistol oriented. Now we have 2.5 MOA, which is the most universal one. It provides decent accuracy and target acquisition speed. It is great for target shooting and plinking. It can also be used on a rifle, whatever flows your boat. So if you prefer bigger dot sizes for pistol shooting, then 5 MOA is definitely the way to go. If you like smaller dots, then 2.5 MOA, but I would mostly use 1 MOA on a rifle because it's too small for a pistol. If we take a look at the sight, it has a huge window, as I said, and as such it isn't the best solution for concealed carry. I would go rather for RMR if you're into concealed carry, as this one tends to be a little bit too big. Trijicon claims that the battery life so the battery life is 3 years on the mid illumination setting. Nevertheless, you have to keep in mind that extreme temperature has major effects on the battery life. So for optimum performance, they advise the users to replace the battery once a year. There are 8 levels of illumination altogether, but you can also turn on automatic LED brightness, where the intensity is regulated according to the ambient lighting, thanks to the sensor on the housing. Now this is the mode that you will probably be using most of the times. But if you're, for example, somewhere where it's dark and you're shooting out in the open where it's really bright, then the manual setting will be perfect for you. So at the highest manual setting, the dot is very bright, excellent for use in strong daytime brightness. The lowest 2 settings are night vision device compatible, so you can also pair it with night vision. If the dot is left on in the manual mode, it will go back to automatic mode after 16 hours and a half to preserve battery life, which is a great function. And in lock-in and lock-out mode, this feature is disabled. Now I will speak more about this mode. So choosing the correct illumination mode is quite tricky at start. As I said, there are both manual and automatic modes. There is also a button lockout mode where you cannot use buttons. With other words, you're locked in the automatic mode. And you can also choose you can also lock the chosen manual intensity setting, which is called the manual brightness lock-in mode. So we have automatic manual and then locked in manual setting and locked in automatic mode. Many modes to choose from, all to provide you with best solutions for the type of your shooting. So the instructions on how to access each of the modes are in the instruction manual, which I'll get to and show it to you later. And as I said, I had to say that the automatic dot works really well, and you'll be probably using that most of the time, and manual mode in situations where you're, for example, in dark shooting out in the open or vice versa. Okay, so the battery compartment is here on the top. This is really great because on the RMR it's on the bottom. Having it on the top brings along several advantages. So when you replace the battery, you do not have to remove the sight from the firearm, and consequently you do not have to go through the zeroing process again when you mount it back on the pistol or any other firearm. So this is great. The magnification is, I would say, proper 1 times. It is simple to use with both eyes open. The definition of the dot is very clear. I will show all the illumination levels at the end of this video. And I have to say that, as I said, the definition is very clear. I don't see any star effect when looking through. This can of course be different for someone who has astigmatism or someone who has trouble perceiving the red color. The lens is clear, but there is some blue tint when pointed towards the white background. This is the most visible. So now when you're aiming out in the open, you won't see that much blue tint as you do when you aim it towards a white background. What about the footprint? Well, the sight uses the same footprint as Trijicon RMR. This footprint can also be observed on some other dot sights such as Holosun 407C, 507C and 508T. There are basically 2 holes for screws here at the back and 2 pins for the notches on the adapter in the front. The adapters are made by Trijicon and some other renowned mount producers. This dot is pistol ready, meaning that it fits directly on many popular red dot ready pistols on the market. Now we got to the elevation and windage adjustment screws. So they're right here, the elevation and windage. 1 click equals 1 MOA, meaning that you move the point of impact for approximately 1.5 centimeters at 50 meters. Turning the screws produces clicks, so you basically don't need any additional tools such as a scale for zeroing. Unfortunately, the tool for screw rotation is not provided in the box, which I think it would be great if it was provided, as many competitors do this, but you can use a screwdriver to help yourself zero the firearm. So you basically put it in and then you make rotations, and you can hear that it clicks. So you basically know without any additional tools the point of impact movement that you're making. Okay, so there are 3 versions of this dot sight available as of September 2020. As I said, the difference is in dot size. The lens, you can see the lens is tilted, and this is not an error. This way the beam projected by the LED here can reflect to the user's eye in front of it, regardless of the position of the eye in front of the lens. The serial number is located right here, and you can see that this sight is where it says here it's made in the USA, like so. One of the rare sights made actually in the USA. The price is around 900 euros, which makes this one of the most expensive compact open reflex red dot sights on the market, but also one of the highest qualities out there. There is lifetime warranty on the material and a 5-year warranty on the electronics with this particular model. It doesn't run on tritium, it runs on a battery. So with tritium devices, the warranty is a little bit different. Now we got to the scope of delivery. So a sight, then a nice robust box with foam inside. Great for carrying it around so you don't damage it when it's not on the firearm. Then underneath this foam here we have other things. So we have a Torx hexagonal tool with 2 screws, a Trijicon sticker, we have some other booklets. This says about the warranty, and then the instruction manual, which I was talking about earlier. And I can also show you so here, how to set the automatic manual mode and both lockout and lock-in modes. So it is a little bit tricky at start, but once you get to know how it's done, you'll see that it's really great to have all these features at hand. Okay, so now that we're at the end of this video, I want to go through the bad and good stuff. But first, maybe a few words about the differences from RMR, because many people are considering whether to buy RMR or SRO. Now I'll go through the most notable ones. So RMR weighs slightly less than SRO, about 13-14 grams. SRO is slightly more expensive than all of the models from the RMR series. SRO has much bigger window. It provides you with less obstructed field of vision, so you have more, the peripheral vision is not as lost as with RMR. It's also easier to acquire the target because you see the dot faster. But it's not used for concealed carry. RMR is more suitable for that. SRO has both lockout and manual brightness lock-in modes. RMR lacks the manual brightness lock-in mode. And this is basically everything that the major differences that I wanted to point out. Now we get back to this sight. So what are some of its good qualities? I have to say that it's difficult to find an open compact reflex red dot sight more durable than the SRO. This one is really incredibly robust and durable, and that's what I said at the beginning, that the durability of Trijicon products is almost legendary. What I like is the huge window. It is really a huge window for an open reflex type of sight. Because of that, you have quick target acquisition, and the circular shape provides great field of view. The battery is on top, no rezeroing needed when you can switch the battery while it's on the firearm. and both automatic and manual brightness adjustment systems. So you can use this dot basically in all conditions. And 3 MOA sizes to choose from. Again, I would prefer 2.5 MOA, or maybe even 5 MOA I would prefer the most for pistols, but also 2.5 MOA if you prefer smaller dot size. 1 MOA more rifle oriented. Okay, what about the things that could be perhaps improved, or the things that are worth pointing out as negative sides of this device? Well, it's quite expensive, not for everyone definitely, but definitely for those who want durability without compromises. Then the tool for elevation and windage adjustment could be provided in the box. It's not. And of course the blue tint, which is apparent when aiming towards a white background. And that's basically it. So this is a great choice for someone who wants an extremely durable, compact, open reflex sight with a huge window. Thank you for watching. I hope that you enjoyed the review. If you have any additional questions, leave a comment down below. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. See you next time. Bye.